We're all saving and investing for a reason. Otherwise, why would you delay gratification today and reduce your lifestyle for some future date? You know you need an emergency fund to protect your family, and you know that you need to invest to reach financial freedom at some point in time. If you're smart, you're investing for cash flow and you're following the strategies that I teach in my book, Cash Flow Hacking. But regardless, you never know when tragedy can strike. Hey, what's going on, cash flow hackers? It's Chris with Life 180, and for this video, we're going to be talking about the 10 reasons you should start infinite banking right now. Let's get into this. So reason number one, it is a savings account on steroids. Now, life insurance companies are the best money managers in the world when it comes to getting the best possible return with the focus on the preservation of capital of your money. In fact, throughout history, whole life insurance has proven to be a great hedge against inflation. Even in today's low interest rate environments, you can expect a real internal rate of return after all insurance charges and fees to be about 4 to 4.5%. Now that's 45 times higher than a typical savings account. And to make it better, you get living benefits and life insurance to go along with it. So any money that you need safe and liquid for emergency and or opportunity, in my very strong opinion, should be held in a properly designed whole life insurance policy. Entrepreneurs, contractors, real estate investors, farmers, dentists, I'm talking to all of you right now. Number two, the second reason you need to start infinite banking right now is that it improves your cash flow and liquidity. Now, I'm a huge proponent for investing for cash flow, and that's why I wrote my book, Cash Flow Hacking. Now I'm gonna give you a shameless plug. You can get it, you can go to Amazon, you can get it for $19.99, or you can go down below in the link in the description below, and you can get it for free. All I ask you to do is cover the cost of shipping and handling. Go to cashflowhackingbook.com and check it out. Now, using whole life insurance with the infinite banking provides you a storehouse of capital that you can use to improve the financial efficiency of your life. While I always disagree with Dave Ramsey that cash is king because paying cash comes with a lot of opportunity costs, I will say that access to capital is king. And by utilizing a whole life insurance policy and leveraging either the policy loan provision or getting a cash value line of credit, it increases your liquidity to take advantage of opportunity when the time is right. And I'm a big believer in opportunistic investing. The third reason you need to start infinite banking today is that it's a self-completing plan. Here's the deal. We're all saving and investing for a reason. Otherwise, why would you delay gratification today and reduce your lifestyle for some future date? You know you need an emergency fund to protect your family, and you know that you need to invest to reach financial freedom at some point in time. If you're smart, you're investing for cash flow and you're following the strategies that I teach in my book, Cash Flow Hacking. But regardless, you never know when tragedy can strike. If you're saving in a savings account and investing in a brokerage account or a 401k or something like that, and you die prematurely, your dreams die with you. If you save in a whole life policy utilizing infinite banking, the life insurance will help you actualize your goals even if you're not here to see it. Now, real estate is no different. You could have a goal to acquire 20 properties to be financially free, but what happens when you pass away, or if something tragic happens to you when you have 6 properties? Using infinite banking and whole life insurance as the catalyst to fund your real estate venture will make sure that what you want to happen will happen when you want it to happen. Actually, faster in this case. Sadly, you just wouldn't be there to see it. The plan would self-complete and your spouse would get everything you want and make sure that your kids are taken care of in the process. This is super powerful stuff, and honestly, it's mind-boggling to me how people don't see this sometimes. So the fourth reason is that there is tax-advantaged policy growth. One of the greatest killers of your wealth potential is taxes. This is one of the reasons I love combining whole life insurance and real estate. You pay for your taxes now and you put your money into a properly designed infinite banking policy. Then you buy the real estate and you use the depreciation to get the real estate tax deductions, not a tax deferral like you get in a 401k, which will likely wind up costing you more in taxes later. All the while, the cash value inside of your whole life policy grows tax-free, and you can access the money tax-free through policy loans and by leveraging a cash value line of credit. Boom! Now, if you get nothing else from this video, that right there is solid gold. So reason number five, you get guarantees. Now, the word guarantee is typically a 4-letter word in the financial industry, and you're typically not allowed to use it. However, with whole life insurance, you can. Now, here's the deal. Most of the time, to get guarantees, you have to give up something in the process. The three most common assets people use to store their money in for guarantees are savings accounts, CDs, and bonds. The problem is, with a savings account, you're slowly going broke because of inflation. And with CDs and bonds, it's not much better. Who in their right mind would lock up their money for 30 years only to get a 2.6% annualized return? People who don't know how to properly design a whole life insurance policy. That's who. With whole life insurance, you can have your cake and eat it too. Even in today's low interest rate environment, you'll be getting a long-term real rate of return after all expenses of over 4%. Plus, you're gonna keep liquidity of the capital so you can use it to create wealth through investing in things like real estate. I just wish every single person in the world knew about this. And since we're talking about guarantees, it's important to know that these insurance companies have never, and I mean never, missed a dividend payment above the guarantee to their policyholders in over 120 years. Think about that. It's a pretty astounding statistic when you sit on that. So the sixth reason for infinite banking right now, why you need to start, is because it's private. Now, many classes are public domain. Anyone can do a search and find out what you have. Not with life insurance. All of the assets inside of your life insurance policy are protected and private. All right, so that leads us to number 7, and that is it's protected from creditors and lawsuits. Now, many states protect the cash value in your policy. Even if you come on hard times and you file bankruptcy, your policy could be protected from creditors. The same goes for lawsuits. This is why I love holding as much rental property equity inside of a whole life policy. If your policy can earn 4% long term and I can pay 4% for the mortgage, I'd rather keep my net worth in the policy, not the equity in the home, where it's exposed to not only the market risks that come along with real estate, but also lawsuits from potential accidents that tenants have, their guests have, or quite frankly, anybody else. All right, so number 9 is that it gives you leverage. Did you know that there are 3 assets that you can collateralize? You can collateralize your business, you can collateralize real estate, and you can collateralize a whole life insurance policy. Now, being able to leverage your assets with lines of credit can be highly effective if you're trying to compress the wealth creation cycle and create financial freedom faster to reach your freedom number. And that brings us to number 10, which is control. And control about sums up this entire video. When you tie all of these concepts and points together, what it all comes down to is control. If you want to reach your financial goals, you need to grab a hold of your financial life and take 100% responsibility for it. And while I want you to create passive cash flow, I don't want you to be a passive investor. Passive investors simply give their money to money managers and don't take responsibility for the results in their own life. That's why it takes them up to 40 years to be able to retire. I want you to be an active investor to earn passive income so you can reach your freedom number in around a decade or so. If you don't know what your freedom number is, check out my book, Cash Flow Hacking. You can check out the link in the description below. Go get a free copy, or you can go to Amazon and pay $19.99 for it. Sorry, I had to get one last shameless plug in. So those are the 10 reasons that you should start implementing infinite banking as soon as possible, especially if you're a business owner, a dentist, a real estate investor, or a farmer. If you have any questions, comment in the comment section below, or you can use the link to speak with a Life 180 coach to have a no obligation clarity call. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. And until next video, have a blessed, inspirational day, and we'll see you then. Carrie, what's the best financial strategy in the world?
Everything you bank.
Oh, okay, do it again in a second.